Hello everyone. In this video we'll discuss about how to read data from MySQL database and export to Excel workbook. So let us see how to do. So here first open the database from where you want to import. So open the SQL database server. Here open your database. So here you have to see that from which table you want to retrieve the data. Select star from student. So this is the table from where I want to import the data to the Excel sheet. So maximize it and just scroll up. Here you can see that so there are 5 columns are there. Column names are name, class, address, phone number and marks. So like this annual review one, like this total 72 rows are there. Now I want to fetch data from this database and I want to keep it in the Excel sheet. So let us see how to do. For this first you have to install one Python library. The library name is pip install the Excel SX writer. So this is the library you have to install. Just type this command and click enter. This library will be automatically downloaded from the internet and it will be installed in your computer. But here it is showing that requirement already satisfied, means that library has been already installed, so you doesn't need to worry. So directly let's get into the program. So open Python IDE editor. Yeah, here open new file. Yes, maximize. Now the very first thing you have to do is you have to import the Excel SX library. So how to do? The library name is import Excel SX writer. So this is the library you want to import. For this you can give the alias name as XLS XW. Now so in this library there is one function workbook. By using that function you can create the Excel sheet, not Excel sheet, Excel workbook. So now W is this is the object for your workbook, object for Excel workbook. Now XW is the XLS writer module alias name, and here you have to call the function workbook. So by using this function you can create the workbook. Here I will give the Excel workbook name as final.xlsx. This is the extension for any Excel sheet or any Excel workbook. So this is the extension. So now workbook has been created. After doing all your work you have to close this workbook by using the function close. Now just run this program and see that. Save. Here I want to save in the desktop. The file name is Excel export. I have given the name. It is not showing any error. Now here you can see that one Excel workbook is there whose name is final. Just double click. So now Excel workbook has been created by your program by using which function? Workbook function. Now after that workbook is ready. In one Excel book there can be any number of sheets. Now you have to create the worksheets. So worksheet. So here this is the object for the sheet, this is the object for workbook, this is the object for sheet. Where do you want to create the sheet? In this workbook. So that's why W would be dot add underscore worksheet. For this worksheet you can give the name like stud list, stud underscore list. Like this you can give any name. So that name will be given for the worksheet. Now save this program and run. Yeah, here it is not showing any error, means program has been executed successfully. Now again it has been created. So here you can see that the sheet name is stud list. Now here I have created one sheet. In the similar manner you can create any number of sheets. Let us see. Now here I am deleting this file. Again it will be created whenever you are running. Just for understanding I am deleting. Now I want to create another worksheet. WB dot add underscore worksheet. Here I have written staff list. Now run your program. It is not showing any error, means it has been executed successfully. Now open the final. So here this is the stud list is the one worksheet and staff list is the second worksheet. So total 2 worksheets are there. So as per your requirement, you can create any number of worksheets like this. So now let's get into our main concept. So this is how you can create the worksheet. Now in the given worksheet, I want to add the data. So how to add the data? So for that, use the worksheet dot, means in this function I want to store the data. That's why use the sheet name. One function is there, write. By using write function, you can insert data into the Excel sheet. In write function, there should be 3 parameters. First parameter should be the row index. Second one is column index. These 2 things should be given, and third parameter should be the data. These are the main parameters. Mandatory, you have to keep it. Now, how do row index will be given and how do column index will be given? So let us see. Here if you open any Excel sheet, so here columns are represented by alphabets and rows are represented by numbers. Now here in Python programming, so first column index is 0, second column index is 1, third column index is 2, fourth column index is 4, so on. In the same way, first row index is 0, second row index is 1, third row index is 2, fourth row index is 3, so on like this. For suppose I have given the index 2, 3. I want to use this index. 2 means 0, 1, 2 means third row, and column index is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the cell. So this is the cell index. 2, 3 means it is the index of third row and fourth column, because here index is starting from 0, not from 1. Now let's get into the program and see one sample value. See with some sample values. Here I have given the row index as 0 and column index as 0, and instead of data I want to keep the data hello. And now run this program. So it is showing some error like yeah, here file is already open, that's why it is showing error. Now close this file and again run this program. It will not show any error. Yeah, it is not showing any error. Program has been executed successfully. And open the file. At index 0, 0 hello has been stored, means 0 index for column and 0 index for row. Now I will change the index and check. Here I am giving the index 3, means row index is 0, column index is 3. Now run. It executed successfully. Open final. So row index is 0, that is the first row index is 0, and so data should be printed in this row. Now I have to decide the column index is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the intersection point, means in this cell data will be printed. So this is how indexing can be done. For suppose I have changed the column index, means row index, sorry, I want to change the row index to 9. So here data will be printed in 10th row. Let us see. It is executed successfully and open. See that in 10th row, in 4th column, data will be printed, data will be stored. So means you have to specify the row index and column index in this write function. Now let's come to our actual concept. Now actually where do data is stored? Data is stored in the SQL, means MySQL database, from where you have to import the data. So that's why first you have to use the MySQL connectivity. MySQL dot connector library, you have to keep it as MQ. Now your task is you have to fetch data from the MySQL database. So how to do? First you have to establish the connection. connect connect host equal to localhost, user equal to root. This is the by default username and password I am using, and password equal to, by default password is also root, and I am using the database school. Yeah. Now by using this function I established the connection. Now after that I have to create the cursor object. So using that I can run the SQL queries successfully. So for this I have to call the cursor function by using connection object. Now cursor as a object has been created. Now I have to build a query. So how to arrange the query? So here I have to display, I have to fetch all data from the student table. So select star from table name is student. Yeah, now query is ready. Now I have to run that query. So for this what I have to do, I have to call the function execute by using the cursor object. In that I have to pass the query. Now it has been successfully executed. After executing that result will be stored in the result set object. So it should be fetched. So how you should fetch? res equal to dot fetch all rows will be fetched. All rows will be fetched from the database. Now your database task is over. So at the end you can close the database connection also. Now just try to print result set and see that what happens. Print res. It is showing that connect is not defined. Yeah, actually here connect should be called with the MyQ. Here you have to specify that mysql.connector.connect. You have to call like this. Yeah, whole data has been fetched and it has been displayed. So here one thing we know that here whenever you are using the fetch all, whole data will be fetched in the form of list. In that list each item is each row from the table. For suppose table has the 10 rows in SQL database, in MySQL database. Here first row will be the first item in the list, second row will be the second item in the list, third row will be the third item in the list, and so on. And that each row is in the form of tuple. So let us see. If it is a list, you can iterate by using the loop for k in res. If res is the list, this is the way you can print each item in the list. Each item is the line, one line. See that. So this is the each line from the database, each line from the table. So this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line, and so on. Here this line is given in the form of tuple. So again these tuple values also can be accessed by using the index. So you know that list and tuples can be accessed in the same manner. Now successfully fetch the result. Now your target is you have to extract each data item and you have to keep it in the Excel workbook. Now how to do? So here k is the each row. Now from each row you have to fetch the value. Now for q in range len of k. K means row. K means one row. That row is the tuple. So what are the tuple elements here? If you can clearly see that here 1 2 3 4 5 elements are there. Anil and class, city, next one is phone number and marks. This is the row data, means that is the tuple data. So by using the length function you can find the number of elements in the tuple. So by using the range you can create the index for that tuple. Now that one is ready. Now I want to write this data to the Excel worksheet. So how to do? I want to keep this data in the sheet sh dot and write function. Now for suppose here I want to display, I am using the row 1. I want to start displaying the data from second row. That's why I am giving the row 1. That is the row index. That is the row index row. After that, so here 5 columns are fixed. So that's why here I am generating by using the range function. I am generating the index 0 1 2 3 4. It starts from 0 q comma, and I want to display data from that tuple. After that, after every row I want to increase the row index by 1. I have increased, and at the end you can print one message: successfully exported data to Excel workbook. You can keep this message at the end. So that's for your clarity only. Now run this program. You can see that it is showing the message successfully exported data to Excel workbook. Now open this Excel workbook. Now here you can see that so all student data is there. So this data is same as in the student table. See that total 72 rows are there, here 73, and here first one is blank. So there I left it for the headings. So that's why here I successfully fetched 72 rows from that table. So this is how you can fetch the data from the table. But here I want to give the heading. So how to give? So that is also should be specified so that it looks nice, so that anyone can understand your document very easily. Otherwise people may confuse what does it mean. Yeah. So now I want to give the heading also. So heading I want to keep the very first one should be name, comma, and second one class, and third one should be address, comma, fourth one is phone number, and last one is marks. So this is the heading. Now I want to keep it in that Excel sheet. So again I am giving for in range len of head. So I am creating the index. Now in this I want to write to the Excel sheet. Here heading should be at the first row. First row index is 0, and column value can be varied from 0 to 5, means 0 to 4. Head of K. Yeah, now it's done. It is showing that, yeah, here I have to keep in. Yeah, now it's working. Now it works. Worksheet object has no object, right? Here I have given right spelling wrong. Yeah, now it's working. Now you can see that, yeah, successfully exported data to Excel workbook. Now here you can open this one. Here you can see that name, class, address, phone, marks. So this is the way you can export data from MySQL database to the Excel workbook. For suppose here I want to divide the same data into the two worksheets. Student list is there, I want to keep it in another one based on the marks. A student who got about 33 marks, they are in the passed list, remaining are in the failed list. I want to store the same data in two different worksheets. Let us see how to do. So for this what I have to do, here I have to create another worksheet. fh equal to wdb dot add underscore worksheet, and here I'll write failed list, and here I am renaming as the passed list. Now headings are same here. So this heading for the first sheet, and second sheet also I want to give the same concept of heading. fh dot write, remaining everything is same, k comma, same headings I want to keep. The only thing is passed list and failed list. Now I want to write the data. On which basis I want to write? Based on the result marks. So here already I fetched all records from the database. Now here I can do manipulation row by row. So here this is row for pass, and in the same way row for fail. I want to keep the two rows. This is the row for pass. So that without any confusion I can keep it like this. And now here how can I decide that? In each row last element is the marks. That concept I have to use. So each row means k, -1 means last element. is greater than 33, means they are declared as pass. Else means they are failed. Here whenever they are failed, they should be in, so this is the failed sheet. So here sheet name is FH, sheet name is FH. Remaining whole concept is same, except that whole concept is same. So instead of Q you can use some other name, some P. So Q is also no problem, but without getting any confusion you can use P. Yeah. So now successfully exported the data, everything is okay. Now run your program and you can see the difference. Name O is not defined. Yeah, right. Yeah, here it should not be the O, it should be the 0. Yeah, and now run. Successfully exported data to Excel workbook. Now open and see this here. Now here there are two lists, one is passed list and second one is failed list. This is the failed list. If you open the passed list, if you carefully observe the marks, at any point of time here there is no student marks is less than 33. See that all are above 33. And if you go to the failed list, here all the student marks are below 33. So you can clearly see this. So this is how you can read data from MySQL database and you can export to the Excel workbook. So like this, if you want to create 10 worksheets, you can create any number of worksheets in the given workbook. So by using simple logics you can implement this concept. It's not that much difficult also. After finishing all your work, at the end you have to, after writing all the statements, at the end you have to close the database connection and you have to close the Excel workbook also, so that you don't face any errors. So that's all about this concept. So if you have any doubts you can ask me here. Again I'll make one more video more clearly, and that's all.